out of all the gurus, I'll say this right now, I might piss some people off, maybe they're not in the room, but I think he's the most in the weeds with his business. He started with online arbitrage. He quit his job as a realtor years ago, did $1 million profit last year, and he's consistently pumped out $1 million profit years. A few years back, he was doing like 12 million gross, and he did 30 million this last year. And he started a prep center. He's doing all different types of things. And recently, he started doing education. He was on the education panel yesterday, and I'll say this too. He did 2 million in course sales. So not only did he make $1 million on Amazon, but 2 million outside of that. And those are just the two sources of income I know that Dan has. He's probably got more. So guys, let's give a warm welcome for 1,000 ASINs, Daniel Beerford.
Hey guys, good morning. Hope nobody's too hungover today. So, but yeah, my name is Dan Buford, aka 1000 ASINs, and this talk is about how to actually make a brand grow online. Because a recurring theme with students and people just getting into wholesale is no brands want to work with me. They say no more Amazon sellers, and everyone feels like they're kind of being stonewalled. So I want to show you a lot of the conversations and tactics you can use to actually make a brand grow online and have a brand actually want to work with you. So a little bit about me. This is kind of my sales trajectory here. So I started selling on Amazon 9 years ago, just flipping products out of my apartment, retail arbitrage, then online arbitrage. I got suspended from doing online arbitrage for 3 months, nearly quit Amazon altogether, miraculously got my account back and vowed never again to buy from any sort of sketchy source or do arbitrage. So that was kind of the reason I wanted to transition into wholesale instead of arbitrage. And the first year that I did, basically 4x the business, like 4 million of sales. This was like early pandemic, and then since then have enjoyed a pretty rapid growth. Yeah, the million profit figure is a little bit outdated. It's going well beyond that. As you can see, the target this year is 40 million of sales, probably at a net margin of like 8-9%, and just growing fast. So this like kind of exponential graph should show you the power of brand direct wholesale. Unlike arbitrage, where you're kind of hunting for your next deal all the time, brand direct is kind of like you build a portfolio of brands. So you get one, work with them, that's kind of a foundation, and then you get a second one on top of that, and a third one, and a fourth one, and it kind of just keeps building. So it's, in my opinion, a really solid foundation for a business. And a lot of you guys probably wonder, like, why won't these brands sell to me? I'm trying to give them money. Like, why won't they take my money? It seems kind of backwards. Like you're trying to spend money and buy their products, and they keep saying no. And this chart kind of indicates why. So let's say a brand, they have $100,000 a month of sales on Amazon, and there are 5 sellers selling right now. So as you can see in this pie chart, each seller gets about 20% of the sales pie. And then you call the brand, and you ask to sell on Amazon, and they say no more Amazon sellers. And this is kind of why. So the chart on the right, here's what happens if you're all of a sudden seller number 6. You're not growing their sales at all. You're just buying and reselling products, and you're just chopping the pie another way. So like now for the brand, they don't make any more money. They're just processing smaller orders from 6 sellers instead of bigger orders from 5 sellers. And then imagine they add a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 15th seller, and they're not actually making more money. They're just dividing the pie amongst more people, which means more invoices to process, more orders for them to ship. So it's actually a net negative. Even though you're spending money with them, you're just chopping their sales pie smaller and smaller. So the key conversation to have with brands is how you can actually help them grow their sales online instead of just, take a sliver of the pie and add no value. So going back to the example, like $100,000 sales. So the conversation you want to have is how you can take that $100,000 of sales into $200,000 of sales for them and actually add value. So there are various ways to do that. catalog optimization, SEO, PPC, content, multi-channel. There's about 30 other things you can do, but these are the things you need to talk about with brands. And I'm going to show you kind of a high-level overview of how it all works. So, excuse me, this is the Amazon sales funnel. It starts with, people finding the product online, and then clicking onto the listing. So that's the middle of the funnel, like the click-through onto the listing. And then you have converting into a sale. And basically, every effort you do on Amazon is to optimize this sales funnel. It's either, getting more impressions and more advertising, marketing, top of funnel, or optimizing click-through rate, or optimizing conversion. So I'll show you kind of the things you can do at each step of the funnel. So top of funnel, it's going to be like pay-per-click advertising, SEO, so that's rewriting the listing, title, description, bullet points. Influencer marketing is another huge one now, working with creators, offering them commission, and then off Amazon marketing. And you may be wondering, it's like, who pays for this stuff? Because like, if you're reselling your brand, you don't own the brand, of course, and you can't just spend all your profit on advertising for the brand. So this is kind of case by case. So if you have a really good buy cost and let's say 25% margin, you might have some room to allocate like an ad budget or a marketing budget. I usually try to stick to 15% gross profit after any ad spend. So if your buy cost isn't great and the margin's not great, your hands are kind of tied. There's not much you can do to help them advertise their brand. But if you have a really juicy margin, often you can spend some of that margin on helping them grow through PPC, influencer marketing, et cetera. And a lot of brands we have actually contribute to marketing spend. So they'll say, we'll give you $5,000 of our budget to advertise, and you just run our ads for us. So this is kind of case by case as to who pays for it. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's the brand, sometimes it's both. Middle of the funnel, so on Amazon specifically, this is what I consider middle funnel. So you're on a search results page, let's say you've searched creatine or whatever. You kind of look at every single thing that will lead to a click onto that listing. So the most important one by far is the cover image. And I'd say this is where you should definitely spend some time testing multiple main images, and there are softwares you can do to do that. Like you can AI generate 5 different main images, see which one converts the best. You can also do that directly through Seller Central with Manager Experiments. On top of the image, you have the title, you have any promotions, so like there's a limited time deal on this thing, there's a subscribe and save discount, then you have customer ratings and sales velocity, very important, and then you have availability, so prime overnight shipping, and then price, of course. People are comparing the price of your listing versus others. So, and then bottom of the funnel, this is where most of the work is done. And like once someone is on your page, how do you get them to convert into a sale the most likely? And that's going to be your image stack, videos, A+ content, branded store, and again, going back to your like bullets, description, promotions. So on Amazon, it's really just like seeing all the different levers you can pull and optimizing each and every lever. And there's a finite number of them. And once you understand them, you can optimize for all of this stuff. Well, there's going to be a live example, but I'm not sure we can get to that. But maybe at the end, yeah. Okay. And then brands want to know, how they're doing on Amazon. So a shocking amount of brands have no idea how much revenue they're doing on Amazon, how many units they're selling. So, both when reaching out to new brands and working with brands, they want to see how things are going. So what we do, we report back the data on a monthly cadence, showing the results of our advertising efforts, any changes in click-through and conversion rates. All that data is available on Amazon. It can be pulled. And basically saying we change, like an example being like we changed the cover image, now the click-through rate is double, and therefore your sales have grown as a result of our efforts. And stuff like that is what makes brands want to work with you year after year after year. So yeah, a few basic examples like impressions, click-through rate, conversion, tracking over time, like revenue, growth trends, what listing and content improvements you did, advertising data, etc. So yeah, this This stuff is a little more advanced, obviously, than online arbitrage, but I think it's important for you to at least have an understanding of what goes into like growth on Amazon. It's going to make you a much better seller in general, and be able to have more advanced conversations with brands rather than calling them up and saying, "Hey, can I resell your products?" If you have an understanding of this stuff, the conversations are going to go much better, and you will land some brands. And before you get way too overwhelmed, I will say that 90% of wholesale sellers and sellers in general do not work at this level. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like that's way too much to figure out, this is the absolute pinnacle to ascribe to, like the very best sellers in the world doing this stuff. So I'd say any big problem that you're overwhelmed with, just break it down piece by piece. Just try to learn one piece of this thing before trying to do 30 different things for the brand. Just take it one step at a time. And if you can learn this stuff, you're going to stand out from the pack. Like there's so many sellers that overpromise this stuff. They reach out to brands. They say, we're going to optimize your whole catalog, and they get the account, and then nothing happens. So if you can be one of the few that actually does this stuff, you will get accounts, and the potential is enormous. So if you are interested in learning about wholesale a little bit more, I have a playbook, like how to get your first supplier, and how to find suppliers that are willing to work with you in the first place. And if you want to give me a follow, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, 1000 ASINs, and that's all I got for you guys. So thanks for listening, and wish you the best of luck.